It's the Monday before week 13, so guess what time it is? It's time for the UK&I Monday Night Skip Barber series here from Motegi in Japan. We're in just a few moments' time for the last race of the season. Titles decided, so second, third is still on the cards. Talk to you soon. Welcome to round 12, the finale of the UK&I Skip Barber Racing School series here from Twin Ring Motegi in Japan. Richard Whiteford, Linus Brostrom and Connery Maddock joining you here tonight as always. Well, we're going to go straight to the grid, no messing around here tonight. So, yeah, it's been a great race. Qualifying so far is Lando Norris on pole. Formula Renault driver in the real world puts it in there with a 1:33.043. Robert Plumley in second place with a 33.193. Behind him, Mark Turner, Chris Malcolm in fourth, and that's Tom Ward only in fifth. Ryan G. Walker, who's battling with Mark Turner for the championship third, he's in sixth. Paul Thurston seventh. Nathan Davies is in P8. Adrian Bidewell and Stephen Wareham. They round out your top 10. Rest of those positions on your screen, but Connery, this is a historic race, at least for Race Spot, because we have one, the only Linus Brostrom here with me in the Race Spot studio. How do you feel, left out?
Well, at least we're in the same country this time, so Linus isn't across the sea, so it's a bit closer to home.
It certainly is. Linus, you're over here from Sweden all the way to join us just for tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this will work out, and it looks like we're in for a good race, so enjoy it.
We certainly will indeed. And it's a few moments now into the grid. The driver's heading out at the moment to get in position. It's going to be an exciting race, of course. Difficult track here, the East layout, but a lot of drivers in very high positions. Plumley, Turner and Malcolm ahead of Ward. Certainly an unusual position for them, but as it stands, looking good right now. Cars taken to the grid. Linus, you don't know this track too well, but well, the weather conditions for this race, of course, take us through those.
It's a 78 degrees Fahrenheit in the air, 89 on the track, so it's pretty standard for iRacing. Going to be interesting. Good grip, but as we know, in Japan the grip levels are usually not that high anyway, so it's going to be interesting.
It certainly is. And Connery, before we finish up here, you know this track fairly well. Turn 1, tricky.
Yeah, it's a sharp downhill braking zone. It'll be interesting to see how these Skippy drivers deal with it. Turn 1 is quite a tight corner as well, so you guys just have to be patient on this first lap here. Try not to get into any sort of incident.
They certainly will, and well, as we wait for these drivers to finish up gridding, we're going to be looking forward to a great end to the season. As we mentioned previously, it is, of course, Mark Turner and Ryan Walker battling for third in the points. Mark Turner currently has it. He's on 121, 119 from Ryan G. Walker. But 2 points separate those two. Well, if he finishes a place or two ahead of him, that's his position entirely. So it's going to be a great battle to watch who will get that position right now. As Mark Turner qualified the best of the three. Best of both of them, I should say. But Lando Norris, of course, not a regular to the season, a series even, but in a great position here for a chance at winning. And, well, Tom Ward doesn't have it all his own way, Linus.
No, he's going to qualified in 5th, so he's going to have his work cut out for him to get to the front and win this race. But if he's just being patient, I think he'll get there.
He certainly will. The lights are on now as we wait for the green to drop here at Twin Ring Motegi for the last race of the season. Those engine notes rise as we get ready now. Reds are counting down. Green lights on and we have race start here at Twin Ring Motegi. Good start by Lando Norris. Robert Plumley with a good second place. Mark Turner though, he's drawn even by Chris Malcolm, so that one's not done and dusted yet. Humanitis, of course, didn't qualify as he hoped he wouldn't. He put in quite a slow time. Actually, not sure if that was him qualifying or not, but he's right at the back as we expected he might at times. And the grid tonight, well, we've got 22 drivers for this finale. As it's decided, it's quite unusual to see a full grid, but good turnout nonetheless. Lando Norris a good, secure first position. Plumley in second. Great to see nose cam back on track as always. Mark Turner in third. He's got a secure spot. Chris Malcolm though, he's down in 4th spot. About to get a move made on him by Tom Ward there. Looks set to make a pass. Although, is that Tom Ward? It's not Tom Ward, it's actually Ryan Walker. Ward beat them both. Through will come Nathan Davies, Linus.
Yeah, really good start there. Walker's moved up and going to be looking for the lead pretty quickly here, I think.
He certainly has. And Ryan Walker not looking for the lead at the moment, unfortunately, but he is getting there. Oh, I believe we have damage for Paul Thurston as well. He's dropped right back. Do we know what happened, Connery?
Yeah, he just got a little bit of Nathan Davies' left rear tyre just in turn 2 on that start. He was a little bit angry over the mic, but I think that's sort of justified because he is racing for P3 in this championship right now. He has an outside chance, but he's still racing for it.
He certainly was racing for that chance. Paul Thurston was down in, I believe, P7, so not really likely, numerically possible, but not likely to get that spot, as was Bill Fraser, of course. As looking at the number 73 car at the moment, that is the car there of Nathan Davies, who is running up in the 7th spot, as we saw there. That's the driver of Thurston pulling to pit road. Davies going around the outside in turn 1. A bit of a tap from on Adrian Bidwell from Bill Fraser in the back. That was a bit of a hairy moment there, Connery. You get a bit of a wobble, that downhill turn 1.
Yeah, that downhill first corner is incredibly tricky in these skippies. You have the tendency to lock up. It's a longer braking distance than you're used to because it's downhill. So, yeah, these guys just got to calm down for a second.
Absolutely. Linus, tell us about what's happening at the front of the field.
Norris has still got the lead. Plumley's chasing him down, but he looks like he's struggling to keep up. And he'll have to watch out because Mark Turner's right on his back. But he looks like he's dropping as well now.
He does indeed. Of course, if you look behind him though, it's 2 positions back to Ryan Walker, and this would be exactly what the finishing order that Mark Turner would like to maintain that 3rd place in the championship standings. Definitely a huge improvement in his luck in this season. Great result. His best finish of the season, looking possible, even if it's 3rd or 4th. So, a great positioning for him as it stands. Low there for Adrian Bidwell. He runs around the outside a little bit there. About to lose a spot to Bill Fraser here as we run towards the final corner. This wide open past right-hand corner. Going to try and get around there, but Bill Fraser's been perfect spot to get a run. I think he might have had to lift out there, Connery, though, to avoid running into the back of Bidwell, so didn't quite get the position he wanted.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit too much of the curve as well there. It just threw the back end out a little bit and compromised his exit.
It certainly did, but looking further up, Linus, that's Nathan Davies making a move.
He's going up the inside and he's actually going to get that pass completed and move up to P number 6 ahead of Chris Malcolm.
He does indeed. Great move there by Nathan Davies, the boy from the Valleys, getting it done on the Jamaican-looking Skip Barber car, of course. That is Chris Malcolm. I wonder if he has a bobsled team as well. We'll have to find out. But further up, Brian Walker there, running on his own at the moment, 2 seconds back from Tom Ward. Ward really sitting in no man's land at the moment, Connery. We don't expect this usually from Ward there. He's about a second back from 3rd place Mark Turner, who's really stuck with your lead to Norris and Plumley. So Ward not showing the speed we expect from him.
Yeah, maybe he's not just comfortable with the track or the weather, but he's also out of the draft of these front 3 as well, so it's going to take a lot of hard work for him to catch back up.
It certainly will. And Linus, of course, Lando Norris, not a regular in the series, but you know he comes from the real world Formula Renault series, the Kiwi driver, definitely class of the field at the moment, but not being let go by Robert Plumley.
No, he's holding a pretty steady lead now. He's pulled about half a second on Plumley, still got Mark Turner right behind him. But you can clearly see that even though Norris is new to this series, he's not new to this kind of racing. So I think Plumley's going to struggle to get the win in this race.
That certainly looks likely. Robert Plumley, though, not being dropped at this stage. He's pushing as hard as he can. And we are showing, I believe, one of the race spot crew on the timing and scoring sheet. Connery Maddock, who didn't join the session as a spectator. Naughty Connery.
I actually put in a few laps of practice beforehand.
Oh yes, you were practicing, of course, so you could do a better job at the commentary, which is always a laudable thing. Just saw Mark Turner there in the third spot, number 13 car, locking up heavily to avoid hitting Plumley in second going into turn 1. Big run, but just not quite the positioning you'd have liked to, or a pass done sooner. But of course, the Tom Ward, still second and a half back now, Linus. He's gaining, but very slowly.
Yeah, he's doing his best to keep up and not making any mistakes, but I think he's really going to need the battle to start up there at the front if he's going to get anywhere near the top 3. Otherwise, we've seen before, it's bound to be a crash at the end, so he might get the win anyway in the end.
Then he is, and Bidewell, if we look back at the 14 car, he's fighting with the 83, they're side by side. Great moving there. Bidewell, can he hold it around the outside here, and he will get the line for the next corner. Just about holds it there. Adrian Bidewell showing his wheelman skills. Malcolm, I guess, run off the corner and all contact from Bill Fisher from behind. Bill Fraser even, I apologise, not Bill Fisher, that's a different person entirely. But he gets through there. Stephen Wareham sitting behind this group of cars. I think that's Stephen Wareham, we'll find out in just a second. I think, yes it is, Stephen Wareham there joining in with Bill Fraser, Bidewell and Malcolm running at the bottom end of your top 10. Those guys pushing pretty hard. Oh, contact there, around he goes. Oh, that's Adrian Bidewell off the circuit. We're going to have get a replay for you of what happened there, but 2 cars off, and wow, unnecessary incident, Linus. Take us through what happens.
Yeah, he just went up the inside. Warham, I think it was, Bidewell, sorry, came across the inside when Warham was there, and unavoidable contact when he committed to going in there, and there was nothing they could do, really.
Yes, Adrian Bidewell certainly turns in too sharply, as you'll see there on the replay. Bit of an upsetting incident, not what needed to happen here, of course. Wareham and I believe Thurston also dropping a number of spots in that moment. Or Bidewell even, not Thurston, different person entirely. But Bidewell definitely limping there. His car has some damage. He's letting the field pass. So his race pretty much done. As I believe we're having some issues at the moment. So please bear with us. We're going to try and resolve what we can at this stage. But it's good race up front still. We're getting a good run by Plumley, who's keeping Lando Norris honest, Linus. Pushing as hard as he can. In fact, we're going to Connery with this one, in fact, as we've just used Linus for that replay. Still running pretty well there is Robert Plumley. Mark Turner still in a solid third. They've gapped Tom Ward a bit more now.
Yeah, I think Robert Plumley would be pleased he's keeping up with the real-life Formula Renault driver that is Lando Norris, but he has a bit of pressure from Mark Turner behind, who is racing for that third position in the championship. He's in a great position right now, but his championship rival for the third position is down in 6th, so he has to sit tight here and just get it to the end, I think.
Certainly is, of course. Ryan Walker there got passed by Nathan Davies a lap ago. The Welshman passing the Scotsman. There was a bit of internal United Kingdom rivalry going on there, as Ryan Walker struggles really with this track. He's quite got the speed he would have had before, Linus. We've seen him running much closer to the front. Again, like Tom Ward, a driver perhaps not getting on with this track?
I don't know really, maybe he's just trying to keep safe and staying out of trouble, but he's going to have to pick the pace up, I think, a bit here if he wants to beat Ward in this race. At the moment he is about 4 seconds back, and now he's getting a run on Davies here as well. He's going to look to the inside. He makes the decision to stay behind him even though he's a bit later on the brakes, and that's going to cost him on the exit.
There's the run down to turn 1, of course, under the bridge there. Downhill run to 1, quite a tricky place on this racetrack. He does lose some momentum in that corner, and running down here onto one of the longest straights before we get to this long, wide, twisting S's section. Again, not quite in the position he'd like. He needs to gain a few more spots, in fact, a lot of spots. In fact, he needs Mark Turner to crash out Connery at this stage to have a chance.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but if he can get past Nathan Davis here, he just has to put in those laps, put in those fast laps, and just hope something happens to Mark Turner. I hope that doesn't jinx him, as curse of the commentary, but yeah, he just has to run his race now.
Certainly does, and one guy we're keeping an eye on there, the 21 car of Tim Hancock getting passed by Fahim Antonides, who of course is your championship winner. He did that 3 rounds ago by a good margin of points. He's just gotten past there. He started 21st and last, which is pretty impressive for him once again climbing through the field. He's up to 10th place, or 9th place at the moment, I apologise. Tim Adcock, though, on the inside, fighting behind him there. That's Tim Adcock and I believe that is Andrew Carroll running down into turn 1. Good run by Adcock, but he loses a spot in 1, running too wide over the apex. Not able to hold that in position. Antonides and the driver of Andrew Carroll got through there. Antonides pulling a big gap, though. He's got, I believe, 4 seconds to the car in front. That is Bill Fraser. Connery, much chance of catching him. Of course, if you can catch him, that's Chris Markham potentially, and even possibly Ryan Walker and Nathan Davids. Walker's got to run on the inside, Connery.
Yeah, he is on the inside here. There's just this very slight right-hander going up the hill very, very slightly, but I think he has the position by the next braking zone. So good move by Ryan G. Walker.
It certainly was. Last time I saw a Scotsman move that fast, it was for a fried pizza. But that would have been Fraser Williamson, so shout out to him. He's no longer running this series, of course. But up further in the track, Tom Ward is trying his best to catch. He's catching Robert Plumley, who has dropped off a bit here. And, oh no, he's actually gained up himself. So Ward right on the back of Plumley there. Plumley passed by Mark Turner, who's in second now. That's a change for second place. Exactly what Mark Turner needs to happen. Plumley has dropped a spot. About to be attacked by the Speedy, the car there. The friction racing machine of Tom Wardliness. You know, Ward is a real campaigner. Can he get this one done on Plumley?
Well, Plumley seems to be struggling, and Ward has closed up from way behind, so I think he's got the pace to get up to at least third here, and then it's going to be an interesting battle with Turner, but he's going to be taken easy because he really needs to finish this race.
Absolutely, and well, we know this is a tricky track, Connery. In fact, in previous seasons, this has been one of the few tracks where we know the Skip Barber car, of course, is running on road tyres. They're very hardy. They don't tend to drop off during the race, but for some reason, despite this being quite slippery here, there's a move there by Tom Ward at the inside of Plumley. Plumley spots him coming and gives him room, so easy move in the end by Tom Ward as he will make that pass complete. It is kind of, it seems that for some reason, Motegi, we do seem to see a drop-off over the race distance.
Yeah, it's just due with the asphalt that the Japanese use for these tracks. The cooler temperatures might help with the tyre drag a little bit, but yeah.
It's almost as though with this track being so smooth, of course, these road tyres, they're sliding them more in the corners with the track being smooth, and that's building up temperature in the tyres. But once they get to that magic 240 degrees, we know that they do seem to lose a lot of grip.
Yeah, they do. I'm just watching Tom Ward trying to get on the back of Mark Turner here. He'll try and run onto the main straight. He'll get the draft. Let's see if he makes a move down into turn 1.
Now to see what Tom Ward can do, Linus. He's in position.
Yeah, I don't think he's close enough to make a move here though, but he's closed up really, really quick, so within a lap he's definitely going to try and make a move for that position.
Yep, Tom Ward braking early there, just staying in a reasonable distance to the braking zone. Going to get a good run off the corner. In fact, he'll make the move on Mark Turner here, we think. Not in time for that corner, but it's going to be in good position for later on in this lap as we get to the straighter parts after the wiggly bits. That's a technical term, you could feel free to use that one. But right behind there he is, Tom Ward on the back of Mark Turner. He has the draft, he pulls to the inside there. And it's a left, this is, it's a left, right hand corner even. I can tell the difference between right and left. And I can also tie my shoes, so that's the thing. But Tom Ward there on the grass as he runs wide in the corner. We'll still hold our position, we think, Connery, in a good spot now for the securing that. But Martin Turner might be a threat on the subsequent straights, possibly a start-finish line.
Yeah, what I've noticed as well is that Tom Ward carries a lot more speed through your first set of S's of 3, 4, and 5. He just gains a lot during those sequence of corners, and obviously there's another straight afterwards, so he can get the move done by turn 5.
He certainly can. We'll keep an eye on these guys. Of course, David Grinnell, one of our series veterans here, not running at the moment because of injury, but Dave Grinnell's just told us apparently you have to run with a lot more rearward brake bias for turn 1 here, which means that you do tend to overheat that, the right front, I believe it is, or the front tyres even at all, into that first corner, so it'll be the left front actually, and that really messes up the next couple of corners. So that would be exactly the sort of tip we were looking for, David. Thank you very much for that one. As not a regular Skippy driver myself, I can't really call that one, but here we go. Mark Turner having a look at Tom Ward. Not going to make it happen, but he is doing his best. No, not quite right. Mark Turner's not going to get a chance yet. Have a look back at Ryan Walker, his championship points rival. Lost another spot there to Chris Malcolm, Linus. He's dropped down to 7th. Malcolm has a spot back. He had dropped early on, but good spot now.
Yeah, Walker's struggling and he's really going backwards.
And he's completely forgot what to say as I look across at co-commentator here in the booth. Yep, of course, Linus came all the way from Sweden, joined me in the Racespot TV booth for tonight, so big thanks to Linus. But further up the field, oh no, a slow one there by Nathan Davies. Chris Malcolm gets the run on him under the bridge. That's the second bridge going under the oval track here at Motegi. Of course, this is an oval circuit and a road circuit, and the road course, rather than being a roval attached to the oval course, where they have two courses together, it's a completely separate circuit. And as we see here, Chris Malcolm fighting now to get that position on Nathan Davies. It looks like he might have it, but no, Davies holds the position. They've been too wide for a couple of corners now. Good holding that line there by the driver of Nathan Davies. Gets it done, and Ryan Walker looks like he might have a run on Malcolm as well now, as does Bill Fraser. So we've got a real battle developing here in the mid part of your top 10, Connery.
Yeah, Nathan Davies is keeping it clean at the moment. He's had a few issues in the past with perhaps avoidable contact, but he's keeping it clean right now. And Ryan G. Walker gets the run on Chris Malcolm here. It's down into turn 1, so anything can happen here, but Ryan G. Walker will have the outside line, Chris Malcolm the inside line. Bill Fraser right on the back of Walker there. Into the braking zone we go.
He certainly did, but a quick look at the front there as it was Tom Ward and Mark Turner fighting for position there. Tom Ward manages to, well, starts to lose the spot, but he'll get it back this time this time by the right-hander. Mark Turner has to concede the spot with Plumley on the back of Turner now. Can he make a move? We'll have to see what can happen, but Plumley pulls to the inside. The corner's not going to favour him, but he pulls out wide to get momentum through the corner. Mark Turner looked like he tried to go there with Tom Ward, but couldn't quite make it happen. Plumley's going to have a big run off this corner. Can he make something happen? Not entirely sure yet, but we'll keep an eye on this one as it develops. Good racing in that part of the field. It's nose to stern for 3 of those cars. Yeah, Skippys do have wings. They might not have much downforce, but, well, his nose was under it as they come now through the last sequence of corners as we run towards the big, well, little straight before we get to the start-finish straight. Let's see what can happen. These guys so close together we could see anything. 3 wide. 2 wide. Tom Ward slides there, gets a bit sideways. Let's lift off the throttle. Mark Turner will get on his outside here running towards the final corner. Can he use this for big momentum off the corner and make a pass? Plumley tries to look to go 3 wide. That's not a good idea, Robert Plumley. He will drop off, but it's 2 wide off the corner, and the run will go to, I believe, Mark Turner. No advantage of the draft there for Tom Ward. He hasn't got any, but Robert Plumley does. Mark Turner on the outside, trying to pull ahead. That draft on the outside, well, the run, I should say, on the outside lane is definitely powerful.
Yeah, he got a huge run there on the outside, and it looks like he's going to be able to pull around on the outside here going into turn 1. Actually, no, he's going to hold the inside, and here comes Plumley looking to make a 3 wide again, but he's going to back out one more time, and looks like Tom Ward is going to hold P2 after all.
He certainly does, and one driver that's made up a spot here is Bill Fraser. He's past Chris Malcolm and Ryan Walker. He's up to P6, and it was Fraser squared team. It's now just Fraser. He's quite lonely. But he's in P6 as Chris Malcolm's back in P7. Ryan Walker in P8. He's conceded another spot there. Antonides has finally made a pass. He's up to 9th. And you know what, Connery? He's right in the wheelhouse of these guys. So expect them all to be dropping a spot soon.
Yeah, he's definitely going to make this pack even more exciting than it currently is, as Chris Malcolm tries around the outside of Bill Fraser again. Perhaps trying to get the inside line for the next sequence of corners, but of course they are S's, so the advantage switches so quickly. Fraser just hangs around the outside, but we have the inside line this time. Chris Malcolm trying to hold around the outside, but here comes Ryan G. Walker. Chris Malcolm now for the inside of this corner, but Antonides tries to stick his nose in there. They're 2x2 coming down to the last corner now.
Antonides is catching up this group as well. He dives to the inside of Ryan Walker, going to try and make it 3 wide. He backs out early. Walker's on the inside of Malcolm, and he's easily going to make up a spot there. And here comes Fahim again. Malcolm gets the run, so they're going to be single file down the straight.
They are indeed, and well, Nathan Davies on his own there, running a bit further up the field, but looking back towards the top, it's Ward, Turner and Plumley still. No change for position in your 3 there. We're not talking about Lando Norris, we know he's famous, but at the same time, he has cleared off from this field. He's got 7 seconds on the pack, lap 13 of 15 here today. Just 2 laps to go this time at the line. Norris looking very secure, Linus.
Yeah, he's got this thing secured easily, and at the same time we see Ryan Walker again in a big battle here. He is actually pulling away now from Malcolm Antonides, who's side by side behind again. Antonides made that spot up and is now moved up to P number 8 from starting 21st.
He has indeed. We'll have to expect to see how many more he can make, but realistically, he can get Bill Fraser. Nathan Davies has had a bit of a run here, Connery. He's managed to get away from this pack he'd been running with all race. He's 4 seconds clear, up in 5th place.
Yeah, it's a good drive for him. He sort of got away just at the right moment as Antonides was coming through that particular pack, perhaps slowing everyone down as they were battling, but now this field is quite spread out. There's a couple of tenths between these cars.
Yeah, there certainly is, and we're looking at Tim Adcock at the moment. That is fighting with, I believe, that's Andrew Carroll, I think, in that car. I had it behind him just now. It is Andrew Carroll. Tim Adcock there fighting. Looking behind them is Paul Gooden and Lee Deemer. Oh, as one goes wide, Paul Gooden, he loses that car, gets it on the grass there, and the car steps out in the corner. I'm going to replay for you now. Sideways, on the grass, counter steers, the car snaps the opposite direction, and across the track he goes. Manages not to involve anybody else in that little faux pas, but his race is severely impacted as the artificial lawn car goes for a trip on the grass cleaners. A little ironic.
Possibly, but at least he stayed on the grass and waited for the oncoming traffic to go by instead of just pulling out, so well played by him.
See, there you go, an artificial lawn will never go on the grass, but as you're going sideways again, he might end up back on it. He lost another spot to, I believe, Dean Blumfeld. Looking back up towards the front, this is, I believe, the cars of Plumley. Has got past Turner, he has indeed. Move Robert Plumley into the 3rd spot there. Mark Turner has to settle for 4th right now. And problems for Nathan Davies. Oh, his car is upside down. He's lost a lot of spots. I think he might be out of this one. You get a replay of Nathan Davies now. Oh, he tracks out wide, gets on the curb, wiggles on the curb, hits the safer barriers, round he goes, flips the car. Where he'll stop, no one knows, but it's certainly not going to be in the position he was running in 5th. Unfortunate there for Nathan Davies as we look at Robert Plumley, Linus.
He's made it up to 3rd spot now, and he's chasing Tom Ward. He's going to try and get 2nd place here before the end of the lap by the looks of it. He backs out early going into that corner. Oh, and it's sideways for Tom Ward, and here comes Plumley up the outside. He actually tracks out, and here comes Turner up the inside. I
think we were watching on replay there, so apologies for that moment, but at least it wasn't just me this time. With Linus being here in the studio, of course, that means he has to suffer the indignity also. But Robert Plumley up the outside of Tom Ward as we look down towards the downhill right-hander here, running towards the 2nd bridge under the oval circuit. That is, of course, in turn 1 and 2 of the oval track as they'll go underneath it. It's turn 1, actually, I believe, so there we go. But running down here through the S's, it's still Plumley chasing Ward, but Ward's starting to make some mistakes here on this final lap. And we'll look to the front of the field in just a moment for Lando Norris's win by nearly 10 seconds now, which is a huge gap for Lando Norris. He has cleared off into the sunset, no problems for him. As we'll still keep an eye on that battle between Mark Turner, Plumley and Ward. No changes as of yet, but we're looking back to Ryan Walker, and it's still, well, of course, we lost Nathan Davies, so Bill Fraser leading that group. Ryan G. Walker up to 6th, Antonides in 7th ahead of Chris Malcolm. Can he make a move into the final laps? He's in a good attack range. We'll have to see what can happen as Bill Fraser getting sideways. But coming to the finish, well, in just another corner's time, it'll be Lando Norris. He's had a flawless run through this race. Nothing, not even a foot wrong for Lando Norris. The Kiwi doing a spectacular job. He will come home in the 1st position now as he runs flawlessly out of the last corner. Bit of victory wiggles for him.
Contact on the line with the win. Tom Ward and Robert Plumley. Robert Plumley just pushes wide, and Tom Ward goes through to take 2nd place. Mark Turner.
We will replay that shortly, Connery. Yeah, he does. We'll have to replay that one shortly, Connery, as that's a few more moments to cover first. We'll have to keep looking at Bill Fraser and Walker. And Antonides, no, did not make that spot, so Antonides has to settle for P7. That's Bill Fraser in, I believe, 5th. Ryan Walker in 6th, not enough for the 3rd in the championship. Let's go back and look at what happened there, Linus, with Tom Ward, Mark Turner and Robert Plumley in just a few moments. Now we're going to replay for you on the screen now. Once our replay system decides to behave, take us through what happens.
Well, Plumley got up the inside, had 2nd place, had Turner on the outside. Plumley got a bit deep in their turn, Ward went across and took the spot away.
Certainly did. possibly put that one on Tom Ward, Linus. He definitely dove hard into that corner. At the final lap, final corner, you've got to take a chance.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful not making contact either, but I don't know what happened to Plumley after that, because he was going real slow down the straight and actually dropped down to P4.
Certainly did. So sad there for Robert Plumley, but it's Mark Turner on the podium with Tom Ward in second. And of course, the win for Lando Norris. Everyone's across the line. Let's go through your finishing grid. Lando Norris takes the win here at Twin Ring Motegi in the final race of the season here for the UK&I Skip Barber Race School Series. Great victory by him in what I believe is his first race. Tom Ward comes home second, the friction racing driver, with a good podium spot. Mark Turner in third place, rounds out third in the championship, so a great rewarding run for him. Plumley is in fourth, Bill Fraser in P5, Ryan Walker recovers to sixth. Not enough, he will finish fourth in your championship. Team Antonidis comes from the rear to finish seventh on the grid, and Chris Malcolm P8, Andrew Carroll P9, and Steve Wareham is in position 10. Rest of those positions up on your screen as well. We'll have a quick mention of your championship finishing order. That is, of course, Fahim Antonides had won it 3 rounds ago, so he is your championship winner. Congratulations, Fahim. Stu Adcock is in second. He's about, well, 30 points back in the championship, so unfortunate, but he couldn't quite catch him. Martin Turner holds on to third. Ryan Walker is in fourth, and fifth is Bill Fraser. We believe Tom Ward comes home in at least, well, possibly Tom Ward might there have snatched fifth away from Fraser. We'll have to check later. Paul Thurston, Clark Williams, Mick Watson, Jonas van Verwerke, and, well, that's the top 10. Connery, an exciting race we had there. 2 real battles of groups there. Exciting.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race, pretty clean throughout the field. We didn't have many car-to-car contacts, except for obviously that last corner with Tom Ward and Robert Plumley. A bit of a cheeky move by Tom Ward, you can see why he did it. He arced wide trying to get run down on the pit straight, but yeah, he can't just go moving cars out the way like that.
Certainly an interesting end to that one, and well, we are being graced by your championship winner, Fahim Antonides, winning season 3 of the UK&I Skip Barber Racing School Series. Fahim, how does it feel to be a second-time champion? I think Fahim's overcoming emotion at the moment, but he's here. Is it season 2?
Yeah.
Put it season 3. A season 2 champion. You've just won an extra one. How's that?
I'll take season 3 as well if you're going to give it to me. Yeah, no, very good, thank you. Glad to have won it and defended it. It's not the way I would have liked to have defended it. I would have liked a little bit more competition. Some of the regular guys who have won previously ought to have been here, but hopefully next season they'll join and we can have an even harder fight for the championship. But I really did enjoy it. Is Linus in town now? Is he in England?
He certainly is. He came all the way to the RaceSpot TV studio here just to see you win your championship officially. So Linus, do you want to ask him any questions?
Well, not really, but it's nice to see you start at the back and being able to race all the way up to the front and finish P7. That just goes to show everyone what a truly good driver you are and that you are a deserving champion. Oh, well, congratulations on that.
Thank you. When are you coming down to London then?
In about 10 days' time.
Okay, well, be sure to let us know, okay? We'll meet at the King's Head in Mayfair and then we'll take it from there.
Sounds good.
So we said Linus came over just for Fahim's championship, but he's actually here for a Coldplay tour.
I'm sure
so
no, you know, that's secondary, isn't it? The Coldplay tour.
It's absolutely secondary, yeah. He'd much rather meet you. But congratulations, Fahim, and thanks for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do next season and hopefully defend your championship.
Thank you. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Fahim. Bye. And, well, we're also joined by Ryan Walker. He came home today in 6th place, not quite what he would have wanted. Unfortunately, has to settle for 4th in the championship, but a great season for you, Ryan.
Yeah, a wee bit disappointed that I never finished in 3rd position, but I have to say well done to Mark. He absolutely deserved that, and it was a great season battling with him for 3rd place in the championship. But 4th place, I'm still more than happy with.
Of course, you came from fairly deep in the mid-pack last season. Definitely a massively improved season for you. Are your sights set higher next season, or are you looking to maintain?
As much as I would like to go for the championship, I think it's out of reach because people like Fahim and Tom Ward, Tim Adcock as well, also Mark again. They're very quick, and on their day they're probably just that little bit quicker than me.
Still, a respectable result there. You were in the top 5 of the championship with that 4th position finish, and today 6th, nothing to sniff at. So congratulations, Ryan, and well, we'll see you next season.
Thanks very much. Look forward to it.
Certainly will. Thanks for joining us. And well, any final thoughts, Connery?
I'm just wondering if Fahim can retain his championship in Season 3, especially with the likes of Lando Norris if he decides to continue on this next season. It'd be great to have a real-life Formula Renault driver in the Skippy. Also, Tom Ward, he has massive amounts of pace. Mark Turner, is going to be shaping up for a very good Season 3.
It certainly is, and well, it's of course the final round of the season now. I feel sad we finished the series, Linus. It's been a great one. It's been your first full season commentating it. Just give us your thoughts on the season.
Well, a bit of a runaway victory there, but we're used to seeing that in Formula Racing, so that's no surprise. But it's been a season full of very, very long battles and a lot of surprise results from a few drivers. So it's been really a good season.
It certainly has indeed. Well, as the season draws to a close, we're going to wish you a very good week 13. In fact, no, we're not, because one last comment. Hugo's looking at me, staring daggers. We're just going to drag Paul Thurston in here. We know you crashed out, Paul. We know you finished 20th. Just give us a final thoughts on your season here in the UK&I Skip Barber series and hopes for next season.
The 21st, actually, just one off the points. Yeah, I mean, I screwed that up basically coming into turn 2. Nathan was on the inside. I knew he was on the inside. I'm on the outside. I'm going to come off worse. My fault. It's been a good season overall. I mean, coming to the last 2, I actually had an outside chance of 3rd, very outside, and a decent chance of 5th. But last 2, I've just through my own faults entirely made silly mistakes and thrown it away. I've got a bit of pace though. I seem to have found a little bit. So I'm aiming for a top 10 finish next time, and maybe sort of nudging towards the top 5 if I can get there. If I can get maybe a couple of podiums next season.
Well, hopefully, good luck with that one. And oh, it certainly has been a great season. We've loved having you join us, of course, to all the races in the UK&I Skip Barber series. We know you all watch this, but yeah. Can more of you come and actually get an interview? We'd love to talk to you. We know you're all shy, but please come and join us here in the Racebot booth. We don't fight. Well, Linus does, but he has a muzzle, so not a problem. Anyway, of course, fantastic season. We're going to wrap up now. I've been Rachel Whiteford. I've been joined by Linus Brostrom and Connery Maddock, with Hugo Louise, the expert on the cameras. It's been a great season. I'd say join us next week, but it's week 13. Join us again in 2 weeks' time. Same time, and that is 9 PM British Summer Time or 8 PM GMT for some of the best open wheel racing you get on the service. Thank you and good night.